You think we'll probably see Pacquiao if he does beat Thurman afterwards? He'll probably stay in the game, or you think that's it? He calls it.
I think we're gonna see Pacquiao Errol Spence.
Yeah, you really think so?
Yeah.
You think you
It's a
don't
money
think
fight, man.
it's a money fight, but you don't think that Spence is just way too big?
My money's on Errol Spence in that fight.
And is your money still on Spence against Crawford, or is it Crawford?
I'm still gonna lean to, Errol Spence is the only guy that really beat me in my career. Errol Spence is the one and only guy to really put a loss on my record. I mean, I know what he's about, and
Tell us about that.
I'm gonna root for Errol because that's the guy I lost to. He's really, people don't see it, but I'll tell you what, Errol Spence, he surprised me with a jab, and what I mean with that is there was power in his jab. There was every punch that he landed was at 80%, and that was consistent power punching. Even though people say, yeah, but they don't realize how tough he is and how much power he's got behind his punches. So I was taken by surprise when I fought Errol Spence. First of all, I lost to the better man that night. I have no excuses, but mentally, I was never in that fight. I would have put up a way better fight that things play out differently for me, but no excuses, I lost to a better man. My surprise was that it was consistent with his power punches. I remember being in that fight, the only thing walking to that ring, I knew I was going to lose. I've never thought that. That night, I walked to the ring knowing I'm going to lose tonight. I walked to the ring, I accepted defeat, and that was never my state of, I've never ever been in that state of mind, but that night I was. And the only thing for me was it depended on how I was going to lose. Was he going to knock me out? Or will I go out on my feet? And the only thing I wanted to prove is that I'll go out on my feet. And I did go out on my feet. After round one, he hit me flush on my jaw. Flush, clean. He didn't even shake me. That's when I knew I was not going to get knocked out. I knew I was not going to get knocked out. But then round one, round two, round three, round four, I took his shots and it didn't affect me. But I remember I won round five. You go look at the scorecards, I won round five. But towards the end of round five, I remember I tried to move out of the way and I couldn't move my legs. And only then did I realize what he was doing. He was punishing my body, he was breaking me down. And going into round six, I was so broken down I couldn't get out of the way. I was just in defense mode like I was in the fifth. But he is consistent with power and he's draining. And I called him when he fought Lamont Peterson. I said, Peterson, people don't know what this guy's about. Hats off to Mikey Garcia.
Right.
Because he went 12 rounds
12 rounds.
he was in defense, but he was in survival mode the whole fight. He didn't try to win. I think he realized that he's not going to win that fight and he was in survival mode. And hats off to him for going 12 rounds. I've got nothing but respect because I know what Errol Spence is about. Errol Spence Crawford, man, exciting. But I'm going to lean to Errol only because I want the guy that beat me to be the guy to win.